Greetings again, one and all. Welcome back to the stream. As I had promised, I am carrying on again today with some Red Dead. I think Red Dead's probably going to be the last thing I stream today. It is getting a bit late, but I do have some time to get more of this in. And my plan is to attempt to actually do some missions as opposed to dicking around hunting things. That being said, I might go hunting, quote-unquote, for one of the legendary fish at some point. But for now, I think I'm just going to try to clue up some of the stuff around camp and go see what this main mission with Dutch is. Or maybe track down the supposedly exotic animals for that British fella, Margaret. So, as you see, I have some fancy new gear I'm wearing. Because why not? It's a damn fine hat. But yeah, see, I kind of approach crafting stuff from the trapper in a smart manner. What I did was I looked up, well, not looked up, when I talked to the dude, I made note of what materials I needed, and I wrote them down on a little index card. And then every time I found one of those animals, I hunted it, I ticked it off the list, and brought it to the guy. So I managed to craft a few more things, which is nice. Also, before I started streaming, you missed a lovely bit here where Miss Grimshaw was sat down cleaning a gun and Micah came over and started hitting on her, and then stared me dead in the eye as he walked away. I don't like Micah. Let's eat a thing. Oh yeah, I have the legendary bison horn. I also have a pipe belonging to Dutch. I remember picking up the pipe, but where did I get it? And I don't really think it belongs to Dutch, does it? I don't know, whatever. In any case, let's eat, well, I don't know. Eat some minty big game. Nom.
My lady.
Yeah, before I go talking to Mr. Strauss, let's go fishing with Kieran, because why not? That's a magic fishing pole you have there.
Fishing?
Yes.
We're running off to Colm O'Driscoll.
Of course not.
I was joking.
That's very funny. Yes, very, very funny. I saved your life, and now you torture me. Ho, ho.
Shut up.
Do you want to go fishing with me? I found an interesting spot. We'll do well.
I'm not a great fisherman.
But I am. I'll teach you something. We come?
Sure.
All right, then. Grab your horse and let's go.
I like Kieran. He's actually a real nice guy. Which is why I'm hoping nothing terrible happens to him.
Okay, follow me.
It's also an interesting horse he has.
Spot along the beach.
Interestingly colored, that horse.
Who'd have thought it? Wasn't that long ago I was tied to the back of your horse while begging for mercy. Now we're off fishing together.
How do you know I ain't just looking for a good place to drown you?
Because I saved your life, Arthur.
You keep saying that. But I save your life every day I don't kill you. So we are more than even on that front.
Come on, you don't mean that.
You better believe I mean it. Now, where's this spot?
Not much further.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell exactly how much Arthur is just simply screwing with the man. A lot of the times it does just seem like he's horsing around. Heh, horse.
You're all right, girl.
This is the place. Some beautiful smallmouth here.
Bass?
Sure. This strip of shore looks perfect. Pick a spot.
Okay, I guess I'll just do some fishing here then.
Seeing lots of bluegill and bass over here. Bait with worms or cricket.
I think I actually did buy some worms. Yeah, there we go.
If you got 'em. Otherwise, maybe some bread or cheese.
I maybe cast that out a little bit too far.
You getting many bites there, O'Driscoll?
I ain't an O'Driscoll. I told you fellers 100 times. I'd only been with him a couple of months. I was just a runner, helping out with the horses mainly. Bottom rung of the ladder.
And to think that was the high point of your career.
Comb goes through men like cigars. They ain't like you folks. You barely knew my name. I'm more Kieran Vanderlyn than Kieran O'Driscoll at this point. Honest to God. Mostly I'm Kieran Duffy.
I hate to break it to you, but I ain't sure Kieran Vanderlyn is gonna stick.
I am getting nothing. The fish are swimming to me, but we don't have any bites.
Cast a line then, Arthur.
Let's try to tangle with yours. Why not? Try to poach some of your fish.
So, you think Dutch trusts me now?
That's a good one.
What?
Not in the
What in the
slightest,
world?
my friend.
Arthur,
I
you
can't
seeing this?
win.
The feller's
I
making his
promised
loyalty.
Jaybird.
He says, but you wasn't loyal to Combe. If I say I ain't got no allegiance to
Hey,
nobody,
watch
he
the
says,
line.
how do I know you won't turn on us then?
I don't know what you want to hear. I'm trying hard to feel sorry for you, but somehow I just can't manage to. Is that why you like this spot?
My lord. There's
You
somebody
here
who
for
needs to go
some
to
fishing?
confession.
We hope to. You haven't scared them all away, have you?
Oh, just so you fellers know, there's some real big ones over that way, like this.
Oh,
Well, I better keep the blood pumping. Hope you gents catch something.
Yeah? Maybe we'll take a look. Thanks.
I know where that is. Come on, let's go.
Hey, wait up.
I see. I like how that conversation just got doubly layered. Then that was quite the interesting glitch. What do you think the odds are this fella is actually leading us astray and this is a trap? Never trust a naked man, I always say. Well, I mean, that's not what I always say. That's the first time I've ever said that. You would assume you could trust a naked man, because he clearly has nothing to hide. You would assume.
I think this is the place that naked feller was talking about.
Well, that was a fish.
Did you see that amazing bluegill?
Sure. That got you real excited, huh?
Come on, Arthur, let's walk down to the beach. Hope we land this monster.
Uh-huh.
It ain't easy to catch a fish like that with bread and cheese, but you never know. We might get lucky.
Guess we'll see.
Nah, it's a legendary fish. Must be legendary bluegill, I guess.
Cast one in then, Arthur.
It's unlikely we're going to be able to catch this legendary
So who
fish.
taught you how to fish?
My pappy, mostly. I lost my mammy and pappy when I was young to cholera.
Your mammy?
Like I said, I was real young. After that, I was on my own pretty much, but I knew horses and fishing.
Well, just think now you'll never be alone again.
Did you hook him, the big one?
I don't know. Don't feel like much of a fighter.
Nope, not the big one. Let's keep trying.
Nah, you can go back. Feeling generous. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to equip more bait. Yeah, I think there's a special kind of lure that I need to pick up, but the only place I can pick that up is at Le Gras.
See? Look at this. Life ain't so bad. At least you ain't tied to a tree.
I'm still a prisoner, Arthur. I can't step outside camp by myself for a second without being terrified of one of Combs' boys gonna come pick me up. When I'm in camp, I got Bill and Sadie whispering in my ear all the time how they're gonna kill me in my sleep. It's like living in a nightmare.
Christ. If I'd known you were gonna moan this much, I'd have never have said yes to this.
Yeah, how dare you complain about being threatened repeatedly by everybody?
You got it! That has got to be the one, right?
No, it don't feel very big to me.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, not worth it. I was gonna throw it on the ground then.
I don't think we have much chance. We need better bait. You might want to see if the stores around here sell anything better. I think I'm gonna head back to camp, Arthur, if that's okay.
Sure. Go on, I'll see you later.
Oh, that is where the legendary bluegill is, so, I think after I go have a chat with, Mr. Strauss, I'll probably head on over to Le Gras and see about getting the proper bait.
All right, girl. You okay?
Thanks again for coming fishing with me. We should do that again sometime.
Okay, I'll catch you later then.
Good talking to you.
How about I stick with you and see where you go, because I don't trust you. No, I'll let him go. I ain't got time to be messing about with him. What do we have over there, though? White-tailed deer. Don't really need them for anything. Don't bother.
Good girl.
Though there's some more deer.
There we go.
All of you animals must flee in terror from the mighty hooves of Morgan. Wait, who is it I can go fishing with now?
Hey, you're okay, girl.
Javier, I guess. Yes, Javier. Should have recognized him by his bowler hat.
I hear you've been drinking and taking morphine again, Reverend. Doesn't say much for your soul.
And I hear you've been making all kinds of new friends again, Mr. Bell, with your overpowering
Marybeth.
charms.
Hi, Arthur.
There ain't no soul, Reverend. Not in any of us. It's a fairy story.
Perhaps? What do you believe?
I believe there's winners and losers, and nothing else besides.
Which one do you think you are?
Compared to you, I'm the greatest man that ever lived.
Whatever creature you worship, Mr. Bell, pray to it for humility. Good day.
Micah.
Really are some kind of asshole, aren't you? I have been noticing that Swanson is a lot more coherent ever since we moved down here.
Mrs. Adler.
Hi there, Arthur.
I don't know if it's because he stopped drinking, or maybe he's taking morphine again, and it agrees with him. You just pat him on the shoulder.
Micah?
I love it. Swanson just like pushed him clean out of the way.
Not you again.
Hello.
I think I'll actually contribute some funds to camp.
Hey there.
Oh, hello.
A little bit of money anyway, see if we can upgrade the place a bit better. And what do we have in the ledger? I need 300 bones for the horse station, so I won't bother with that right now. Let's upgrade the medicine wagon the whole way. Let's do that. Now we got the good stuff.
There she is.
Hello.
Now then, Strauss. What poor benighted souls do you have for us to shake down today?
Ah, Herr Morgan.
Herr Strauss.
How are you enjoying yourself here?
Well enough, I guess. And you?
Well, it turns out the pursuit of freedom is not a cheap business. Not for us, and not for some of the locals.
Sharking already.
I prefer to call it banking.
You ain't the one handing out the beatings.
No, but I am the one feeding the women and children in the camp. What choice do we have, Mr. Morgan?
I don't know. Well, come on then. Tell me who.
Here's the list. Refinery worker turned hunter by the name of Vinton Holmes. You'll find him up in the hills north of Strawberry. Ah, an apprentice undertaker. This one working in Rose. His name was Gwen Hughes.
And how many of them do you think will be able to pay?
With enough encouragement, both of them.
Well, I don't really feel like going all the way north of Strawberry, thank you very much. I will, however, go have a chat with a fellow in Rhodes, I guess.
What was that about?
Yanfu was asleep on guard duty.
What? That lazy bastard.
Who was asleep on guard duty? Who was he yelling at?
Alright, well, I should be getting on.
Sure, Arthur.
Also, Hosea's calling someone a lazy bastard while he goes to sleep? Alright then. That's right, you play us a tune, Uncle.
Come on, girl.
Man of the cloth can dissipate himself.
Leaves the morality to Dutch, Mr. Bell.
I love Dutch. But he's too soft on the weak.
And what would you do to us weaklings, Mr. Bell?
Enjoy this here, Morgan.
All folk can earn, Miss Grimshaw.
Ain't none of us so enfeebled. We need charity.
Even this fool.
Let's talk to Jack.
Hello, Arthur.
Don't go too close to the water here, Jack.
I won't, Uncle Arthur.
Good boy. Okay, well, let's talk more later.
Need somebody pleasant to talk to, seeing as how Micah's just walking around antagonizing the hell out of everybody.
Hey, you see Micah put any money in the box?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Thanks. Anyway, I won't disturb you.
Okay, Mr. Morgan.
Yes, we're well aware of how absolutely useless Micah is. Now, hopefully collecting this fella's debt money is going to be relatively simple on account of the fact, well, Dutch does not want any trouble in town.
Easy, girl.
So the less trouble we cause, the better, of course. Suppose I'll look out and find any dream catchers here? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh well.
Yeah, you're all right, girl.
Oh, it's you. You waste your time I don't have. Thanks for nothing.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I only just saw you. Stop. By God, I'll rescue you, whether you want me to or not. There. What, nothing for me? Just because I was riding a little too fast?
Girl?
Well, nuts to you too, then.
Okay, girl. There, girl.
Also, it occurred to me, the crazy lady I ended up robbing the semi-auto shotgun off of, I think that might have been one of the robbery targets I was told about, so I think I need to go back and case that joint afterwards. Like, do more of a thorough robbery of the place.
Hey, mister. Yep.
Maybe I'll do that when I head back north to go looking for that guy that owes us money. Where is he, anyway? Not too far north of Strawberry. Up in Old Tom's Blind, eh? Okay, then.
Hey there, mister.
Well, I know Dutch doesn't want us to cause any trouble, but...
Hey, partner.
What about getting what we're owed?
Now that's a fine equine specimen.
Thanks. Mister?
Hello, mister.
I like you, mister. You have a kind face.
Also, I thought I came across a fella named Gray before, but I didn't think he looked like that. I didn't think he had a beard, unless he grew one. I don't know.
Hello, boy.
Don't look quite right.
So, can I get him? No, he's round back. Okay.
I ain't never gonna get the hang of this.
Hello, sir. I believe you have something for me.
Gwen Hughes? Start picking out a box for yourself if you don't got that money you owe Leopold Strauss.
I don't. I need more time.
Doesn't everybody? That casket for you? Or you want another?
Wait. I can get it for you. But, come with me to the churchyard. And stay close. Hmm?
All right.
Oh, this ain't right. I mean, I'll get you your money, but, well, you'll see.
What ain't right is borrowing money you can't pay back.
I guess you're correct, but, it ain't exactly right, what we're doing.
You ain't the first to put his hand in the collection box, and you won't be the last. Rests a little easier knowing church has been taking more than they need off poor folks since time began.
Well, like I said, well, the morality of the matter is a little more confusing than that.
Because we're probably going to be grave robbing now, aren't we?
Okay. You head on in the church, I'll keep watch.
Well, it ain't in there. It's under here. I'm digging up Mrs. Claypole.
Jesus!
She's got a bunch of jewels in there that she don't need.
You mind telling me how long this is going to take?
Oh, damn it. There's a bunch of people here. Oh, I got it. Look, you clear them off, and I'll wait right around here. But don't hurt nobody.
How the hell
We
do
don't
you
want no fuss.
want me to clear them away? I can't do nothing around here. Nothing violent.
No one around.
Just my auntie.
Your auntie's long past prudishness.
It's disrespectful.
You'd rather disrespect the living, breathing woman you got here in front of you?
Can't we just get married like normal folks?
Married? Don't be goopy.
I don't know what to say to you.
You two might want to find somewhere a little more private.
We was fine until you got here, mister. Good day now.
Get out of here, kids. Move!
Come on. I knew we shouldn't have been here.
You missed your chance, boy.
I mean, that lady seems to like to get freaky if she just wants to be hanging out in a graveyard and doing the deed here.
Ma'am, would you mind clearing out of here for some maintenance work?
Gladly. It's about time this place got cleaned up.
Oh, thankfully you were a bit more reasonable than the young lovers. Alright, you sick son of a bitch, come over here and dig that lady up.
Now go watch the gate. I'll get to this exhumation.
Digging a body up's gotta take hours, though. I mean... Okay, I guess I'll just hang out here then. Just stand here menacingly, waiting for people to come into the churchyard. Am I here collecting alms for the poor? Excuse me, ma'am, have you heard the word of our Lord and Savior?
I'm sorry, ma'am. The church grounds are closed for maintenance work.
Well, it's about time, too. The place was in need of some care and attention.
Man, maybe the maintenance work, lie is gonna, you know, take me as far as I need to go. Apparently everyone seems to think the cemetery is a shithole. It looks like another pair of fellas making a beeline. Maybe the maintenance work plan isn't going to work here. Maybe these are the guys doing the maintenance work.
There's them that's born to it. There's everyone else.
That's how it is.
Things was done on merit. You and me would be running things.
Sure would.
Yeah, I think I've seen these two guys here before.
Hey, look, we're closed for some excavation work. Would you mind?
No, I ain't gonna mind you at all. You carry on with your business, we'll carry on with ours. This fella, oh,
Damn choir boy. Get the hell out of this churchyard. Are you boys gonna need yourselves a preacher?
you hear this fella?
I heard him all right.
We're gonna lick you, bastard!
Crap.
You gonna get it?
hope this hole's dug.
Well, I suppose I may as well get a little bit of extra out of this. Hopefully nobody spots me. You done over here, boy? I just had to enact some violence on your behalf.
All right, well, here's your payment. Oh, forgive me, Mrs. Claypole.
What you find?
Well, she had a brooch here. Looks like diamonds.
Yeah, okay.
Well, this'll do. Now get out of here before someone sees you.
Can't believe it's come to this. All right, well, I'm out of here.
Now we'll stand on the grave.
That's more than clear what I owe you.
Yeah, that's fine. You just leave. Now that this detestable business has been dealt with, let's go have a chat with Dutch, I think.
Hey, folks.
I ain't forgotten your brand of trouble.
Mister.
Nice to see some friendly faces around here.
And some friendly feet, apparently.
Hi, folks. Partner.
Hey there.
Hey, mister.
Hello there.
Well, later on, I should probably drop by the fence, too. Drop off some stuff. Do that later. Let's go find Dutch now.
Yep.
Oh, that looks like Dutch's horse. Count. And Brown Jack. Wait, I think that means Bill must be here, too. I thought I saw him at camp, though. Or is Brown Jack Bill's horse? I'm not sure. Guess I'll find out now, won't I? The horse seems to be in need of something.
Yeah.
I'll brush her down and feed her. I guess Dutch must be hanging out in the sheriff's office. Oh boy.
Of course, of course. Oh, and here is my dear friend, Arthur Callahan. Boy is a hunter. Boy is a killer. Arthur, you've met but not been introduced to Mr. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sheriff Gray.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
Tough business you boys had.
We did?
Oh, there's no need to pretend with me, sir. Life can be tough.
So it can.
And no man owes another anything.
No, sir.
But still, I feel you were hard done by. Losing your employment like that. But still, here in Rhodes, we have work enough for honest men.
Ah, that's some strong stuff. Still, don't seem to be doing you any harm, I guess.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Excuse me a moment.
I told you we was moving up in this world. Deputies.
You have finally lost your mind.
Amongst these drunkards, hillbillies, and slavers? Good, honest thieves like us. We're bound to be moralizers in a place like this. Oh, Sheriff Gray, you are back.
Now listen, sir. There is shine in them woods, though, and it is costing this county its good name and the state a whole lot of income. You boys wouldn't mind rooting it out. Maybe we'll make you permanent. I gotta sit me down a second.
Not a problem, sir. Not a problem at all. You are in safe hands now. And people waste time with the temperance movement. Liquor never dulled a good man's senses. Arthur, you ride with the deputy. Bill and I will follow.
Dutch does seem...
Let's go.
Dutch does seem to look the part, at least.
How are you?
Pretty good.
And your friend is behaving himself?
Oh, yes. I think he's learned his lesson.
Congratulations on becoming a temporarily deputized citizen of Scarlet Meadows County. Most towns just get bounty hunters to do their dirty work these days, but Sheriff Gray believes the law should keep the law. Now, I'm sure I don't need to remind you there's a chain of command here.
There is?
Dang straight there is. This is a dangerous business, but follow my lead and you'll be just fine.
Sure. Hey! Archibald wants to remind us he's in charge here.
Of course.
Who else would be?
You were a big help with them Anderson boys, and I put in a very good word with the sheriff on your behalf.
We appreciate that.
We rounded up the others soon after. I'm pushing for the rope myself, but that's by the by.
So, these moonshiners.
Not just any moonshiners, Braithwaites. I told you about the Braithwaites?
Pretty sure you did.
Old Cotton family had a fortune at one point until, well, a few changes in the labor laws. Now they're dealing in moonshine. We found their stills hidden all over Lemoyne. Quick as we destroy one, another one pops up. You could call it a pitiful fall from grace, if they had any grace to start with.
I have no time for tax dodgers.
Not to mention the fact that Catherine Braithwaite has a rather expensive interest in thoroughbred horses to maintain.
But I heard something about it being gold these families were fighting over.
Well, that's the rumor. But the Grays and the Braithwaites think the other stole a fortune from them. But it happened so long ago, I don't know for sure if it's true.
Must be tough being rich, huh?
So I imagine.
Of course.
That badge rather suits you, Mr. W.
Yes. I thought so too.
Does it feel good to be back at it, serving your country?
I wouldn't go that far.
Of course, I actually kind of helped a couple of moonshiners at one point. I think they were independent, though.
You see that wagon? Dear me, that don't look good.
I swear they got it in for me.
You could try washing once in a while.
Keep your eyes open.
Okay, I can't go into my...
No, this must have happened recently. Hey, come have a look at this. Look, suit and tie, one bullet clean through the forehead. Well, my money says this is the handiwork of a gang called the Lemoyne Raiders.
Yeah, I've run into them.
Let's see if we've got any identification. Okay, we should get going. I'll send someone over here later to clean this up.
Also, I couldn't help but notice that Dutch still had a hole in his hat. Kind of looked like Bill does, too. Why did you get in on this side? Why couldn't I have done
Would you
that?
mind taking the reins? I want to have a look at these papers.
Sure.
Yeah, sure,
I'll
why not?
direct you. Okay. Frederick Mitchell, Lemoyne State Legislator. Poor feller. Yes, this certainly smacks of the Raiders to me. Bunch of ex-Army Free Staters without an ounce of respect for the law. That's 7 government officials they've murdered this year alone.
Yep. Not the nicest fellers in my experience.
Oh, and I know the Braithwaites are in business with them. No shame. Trash begets trash, my Uncle Reginald used to say. He had a few stories, let me tell you. Town preacher and town sheriff. Could drink a sailor under the table before breakfast. Go right at the crossroads. He had one tiny hand, like a child's, on the end of a grown man's arm. But anyway, this tells you what kind of people the Braithwaites are. Selling moonshine to murderers. I tell folks don't even speak to him. Don't even look him in the eye.
I'm sure I wouldn't.
They're right again here.
So where are we going exactly? Also, I'm not surprised that about the whole Des Moines Raiders killing officials thing. I did save a tax collector from them once. Then I believe I threw the raiders to the alligators. So, you know, there's that. Which is what they were doing with their victims in the first place. So it was a little bit of poetic justice, we'll say. The swamps sure are pretty. Disgustingly, dangerously pretty. Probably smells terrible in here.
Here we are. So what was I saying?
Something about the Braithwaites, I think.
Even saying that word makes me sick. Now, anyone we find here, we bring in alive, understood? Round them up, and take this operation down for good. Come on. Let's see what we're dealing with.
It mightn't be so easy as all that, you know. Taking them in alive. You know, I don't think I've actually been in here before. Fishing spot. I guess it must be a good spot for fishing. Kinda wish I had one of my rifles with me, but I'll just have to make do with my revolvers.
See? See? What did I tell you, boys? What did I say? I said this place was crawling with vermin, and we just found ourselves the rat's nest par excellence, as they say in Paris. My aunt, she went to Paris back in '78.
I'll handle this.
Well, the way I see
Actually, let my friend here decide. He doesn't have your fine way with words, but he is definitely the man for the job.
Let's split up. Arthur and Bill, me and Archibald. You boys want right or left?
Let's go left.
We'll take the left.
Let's stop these filthy, degenerate tax dodgers. The cheek of them. A fine idea.
Remember what he said. We need them alive. Let's just knock them out and then tie them up.
Got it, Deputy Williamson.
Okay, so what's the best way for me to knock these bastards out? Gotta love a stealth mission, don't you? Hopefully we don't run afoul of gators.
You wait here. I'll deal with him.
Okay, make it quick. I'll tie this bastard up. I think there's another one by the still.
Okay then. I gotta remember to come back this way later. Oh crap, that guy's running. Oh wait, no, that's my buddies. That's my bros! Oh, they've got there too. Hopefully I don't run afoul of an alligator. And oh, am I gonna need a bath after this? Sad fact is, I don't think there's anywhere in... No, I can get a bath in Rhodes. Okay, then. That works. And now we set fire to the still, and everything blows up. Wait, is that LeGras, or are there a couple of shacks over there on that island? I don't know. Again, I'm gonna have to check this area out. No, that's LeGras. When I head back to LeGras looking for unique bait, I'll deal with these guys afterwards.
Add them to the pile, Arthur. I think that's it.
Well, what do we do now?
We better destroy all this. Any of your boys can handle explosives?
Sure. Anyone but him.
So, think you're real funny, don't you?
Tell me about the...
That is the last time I'll mention it, I swear.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, Dutch can get the story on whatever the hell he's talking about. I'll deal with the boom boom. And now we have the boom boom. And away we go!
Arthur, we got some trouble here!
Now, how did we not expect this was going to happen?
Where did these sons of bitches come from?
I thought they were already over here to begin with.
Sorry, boys. We're putting you out of business. We're taking blood for every drop of that shine.
That's a few bullets to the face, that's not going to stop me. Yeah, of course we do. Crap! Crap! Damn, I wanted to blow up the TNT. That would have been so cool.
You ain't gonna survive the winter, you hear me? There are more by those huts. Let's clear them out.
Come on. Do it! There we go. It did absolutely nothing, but that's cool. I think all I did was kill a horse. Like a big man.
I don't see any more. Do you?
No.
Let's find Dutch and get out of here.
Fine by me.
Well, I would have been perfectly fine with sticking around and looting the place, but I can do that later. I know I can do a little bit of looting around the way, you know. Just a little bit.
All right. I'll see you over there.
I'm a-coming. Hold your horses. Like, literally, hold the horses. I'm gonna want mine as well. Hi! You lost your hat, Bill. Or did you even have it in the first place? I can't remember. Oh, there they are.
Well done. Well, forgive me, but me and my men must return to our lives. Ah, seems like we failed to destroy the last of the moonshine.
Sure.
Would you like us to?
Well, I normally take it. For personal consumption, it's sort of part of the job. But I better get back home. Why don't I just take a jug or two and leave you boys the rest to show that there's no hard feelings on account of the war?
We are all Americans.
Of course. My cousin, Webster, he used to say some of us is not as American as others, if you know what I mean. Only I didn't quite. Come on, you degenerate, no-good, white trash, hillbilly piece of scum. I know you, Billy Lime.
Finally.
You've always been a piece of crap. Come on, move it.
We have a life on a land so stupid, a backwater so backwards that even we are like geniuses. Bill, get this stuff out of here. Come on, you ride with me.
Okay.
Should I stash this somewhere near camp, boss?
Yes, show it to Hosea. I'm sure he can find a use for it. Bit of trouble back there, Arthur?
Ain't there always? From what they was yelling, I think they were the buyers.
Old Archibald didn't ask too many questions, so neither should we.
I ain't planning to.
That was worth the effort, though. Deputized and hiding in plain sight. These lawmen, these two families. I mean, I really think we can play this from all sides. It's got Hosea written all over it.
This is starting to sound like the Young Dutch again.
What do you mean, Young Dutch? I'm as strong as I have ever been. Hey, you know what? Why don't I race you back?
Okay, you're on.
That's the spirit. Okay, on my word. Set, go!
Now, of course, Horse has one of the best Dutch. I mean, Dutch has one of the best horses you can probably get. It looks a bit like my own, honestly. Probably the same breed.
Much of a rider.
We'll see about that.
Now, my question is, does this use the same rubber band AI that caused so many horrendous memories of races in Grand Theft Auto? Only a little bit, it seems. Dutch does seem to be lagging behind a bit.
You okay there, old man?
Oh, sharp dirt. Fence! Fence! Dutch! Dutch! Okay, good.
Final stretch. You really think you can hold that lead? No doubt.
Put fellas on a hand car, because why not? Yeah, all this trash talk is gonna help, I'm sure. It's alright to put Dutch in his place every now and then, though. Success! You lose, old man!
I never knew you were quite so good at running away, Arthur.
I never knew age had slowed you down quite so much.
Well, time is a bastard. When you get to be my age, well, you'll know that better than anything. Be well. I had fun with you today. I was gonna say you're like a son to me, but you're more than that.
What do you mean? Okay, so what did I need to do for... win race back. Complete the mission without taking any damage, get 10 headshots, complete with at least 70%, and nope, nope, and nope.
Leopold?
Arthur.
Ah, that reminds me. I got some debt money for the box. Well, I should get back to it.
Take care, Arthur.
Always good to see you.
I don't think this law disguise is fooling anyone.
Oh, I'm still wearing the deputy star. Didn't realize that.
How you doing, Arthur?
Fine, Micah.
Good. I've been worried about you. I really have.
Me? Why?
Oh, you know, just the usual reasons. I'm here for you, brother.
Well, okay then. Thanks, I guess, you stone cold crazy son of a bitch.
Hi, Dutch.
Hi there, Arthur.
Another day and we're still alive.
Of course we are.
Cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Let's see. Let's give myself a little bit of extra oomph, shall we? Nope. I think I probably got some open snake oil here somewhere I can take. Boost my dead eye. Let's head on into Rhodes and maybe get myself a little bath. Oh yeah, I still haven't named this horse. I've got to come up with a good name for. Don't know what though.
Not bad, girl.
The Greys. Oh, my good friend Albert Mason's up that way too. I'll go have a chat with him when I head up to have a look around Le Gras. First things first, let's head to the saloon. Get myself a meal and a bath.
Can I have a quick word?
Yes? Can I help you, ma'am?
Yes, Miss O'Shea.
Call me Molly, would you? Arthur, how is Dutch? I mean, how does he seem to you?
I'm about the same as usual, I guess.
I really love him, you know. But if he... Like he always says, loyalty is everything, so...
Arthur! Excuse me, Miss O'Shea.
What you want?
I bring a gift. The great gift of information.
So you got some tip-off, so now I can risk my neck and make you some money while you lounge around.
You know, Arthur, bitterness, it works on the inside as well as on your sour face.
If you say so. But you could go find some other fool to run your errands.
Bill, come on over here. Will you be my other fool? You too, Charles.
What are you talking about?
Arthur's above a little stick-up I heard about.
No, I'm not.
You just said...
Hey, I'll do it, as long as you ride with us.
I got a serious medical condition.
Yes, you are a compulsive liar.
No need to be like that. Charles, have I ever lied to you?
I hardly know you.
Exactly. Now, you boys should do this. It's easy, and I'll only take a small commission for my information. But it's now or never.
Then it's never.
Oh, God help me. Fine. I'll do it.
Well, what is it?
It's a supply wagon carrying payroll, but very briefly unguarded, apparently, as it passes through a crossroads near here where there's an old ruined church before it connects with the rest of the wagon train. Very easy pickings.
As long as we get paid or you get shot, I'm happy.
You are a sick man, Arthur Morgan. A very sick man indeed. This way. Bunch of smart Alex.
Well, I wasn't expecting to get involved in something like this, but okay. Well, I get rid of that marker and head up along. I think the ruined church he's talking about is probably the one in the old ruined town of Pleasance, so I guess we'll see.
Well, while you boys been off fishing or playing lawman or whatever the hell you've been doing, I've been getting down to business.
Finding the nearest grog house.
Hey, you don't want in on this, Williamson, that's fine by me. Do us all a favor. Head home.
Just give it a rest, you two.
Just have a little faith for once, will you? I've been scoping jobs like this since you fellers were knee-high to a grasshopper.
Once a decade, maybe. So what is it you've scoped here exactly?
Well, I told you. There's a wagon with a lockbox passes through every week. They switch outriders just north of here, but the front wagon's by itself for a stretch before the last run down into roads. Okay, hold up here. We should cover our faces. They'll be passing through the crossroads up ahead.
When?
Soon, Williamson. Christ's sakes. I should be due any time now.
Let's keep this quiet and clean. Nobody needs to die here.
Well, I mean, if you say so.
You gentlemen? Just like clockwork.
Actually, you know what? Let's take out the Lancaster.
Stop the wagon! I said, stop the damn wagon! Whoa! Now, don't try anything stupid, and we won't do anything unkind.
You know, boys, I don't want to get shot, but this is a mistake. I work for Cornwall Kerosene and Tar, Mr. Leviticus Cornwall.
Of course he does.
Great.
So you know him?
Who doesn't?
I hear he's rich enough to share the wealth around and not miss it too much.
Oh, he'll miss it.
Okay, why don't you check out round the back?
Arthur, help me out here.
Uncle is not wearing a bandana.
Check the boxes at the back, Arthur.
I'm on it.
Let's see what's inside. Okay, we're looking good. Must be nearly 1,000 here.
Shit! Hey! Think I see something!
Oh, great.
Let's go! Arthur, let's go! Yeah!
And here things go south, as they always must inevitably do.
We got a lot of company back there.
Light us up, boys! Get rid of these sons of bitches!
You ain't getting away with this! Well, nice going, Uncle! Most guarded wagon in goddamn history!
How was I to know?
Go! Get rid of them! Get back here!
Oh crap, wood.
Try that again! Let's go, let's go! Wait, you sons of bitches! Where the hell are we going? Getting out of here! What kind of dumb questions?
Keep going! We're losing them!
I might have fire a single shot. Seems like Bill killed a man, but...
We need to lose them!
Bastard! Quick! Get off the trail! Into the woods! Let's shake him and get back to camp.
No, we need to find a place to lie low. We can't risk leading Cornwall's men to camp.
All right.
Yeah.
Whoa. Let's hide in here. Quick.
Get out of here. Go on. I'll see you later. All right. Just get out of sight. Stay until dark, and then we'll sneak out of here. Charles, you keep watch for now.
Sure.
Well, we, get some rest.
Well done, old man. Well done. Easy pickings, my ass.
All right. Let's try and get out of here.
Hey, shit!
Absolutely. Now, shut up, old man.
Look, I was just trying to...
Shut up. There's a light over by the house.
Damn! Hey, let's just keep this calm. See what happens.
Is this your place? Kinda. And you didn't hear nothing? Why don't you just tell me, partner, what you heard? Go ahead. Tell me what you heard. I don't... Maybe I heard some noises out by the barn a while ago. Ain't me.
Better not be. All right. Group forth.
Lo, go check out the barn. Sir.
Crap. Now, if we were smart, we'd try to find a way out of here. But I guess this is going to have to get violent again. No such thing as easy pickings.
Well, the place looks deserted enough.
Sure. You head inside, I'll go round the back.
Looks like we're shooting our way out of here, fellers. It's your last goddamn round. Behind you, Tom.
Well, I was kind of hoping I'd be able to do that slyly, but apparently not.
More of the skirts on this side. More on the right here. Where are they all coming from?
Looks like Mr. Cornwall's gone and upped his security.
Come on, stick your head out, you bastard. I know you want to.
Watch it, Charles.
There we go. That did it.
What happened to keep this coal hunter?
They were seconds from finding us anyway.
This fella really don't like getting robbed.
Let's just hope we don't... Bullet!
How about we stop robbing Cornwall for a while? I didn't know we was robbing Cornwall, all right? God damn it, they're coming in this way now. Watch out! There's a goddamn horde of them! Left here!
Oh boy. Hey, you fellas keep shooting there. I'll try to get them from this end.
Out of the way, Bill!
Hold them back! Do not let them close in on us!
Now, where the hell are they? I know there's at least one more up there. Him.
Don't worry, fellas! They ain't going out like this! No goddamn way!
Why? You got another surefire plan for us, Uncle? Move, Bill!
Everyone still breathing? I am. You would be. That was a close one. Ah!
Man, you fellas are bad at this.
So this is what you call easy pickings, Uncle? Easy pickings for them, boy. I did my research, all right?
Of course, I'm not that great at it either, apparently.
I'm sorry we ever doubted you.
Ain't you glad now I insisted you come along?
Oh, this is it. I'm officially retired. Shit! Fire!
Of course, the place is on fire. Can't be as easy as all that now, can it? Oh, but I can't pick up my head. Oh, the hell with it.
If we don't get out of here soon, we're charcoal.
Can we not jump out? Alright, let's get the hell out of here.
Let's head to the woods.
Maybe they'll assume we died. All I know is you fellas owe me a hat.
Into the tree. Come on.
Where are we going, Bill?
We'll try to lose him in the woods.
Let's split up a bit. Try to confuse him. Arthur, with me.
No, Uncle. I got a mind to kill you and leave you in these woods.
They're coming this way. Perfect. We need to do this quietly. You take the left and I'll take the right, okay?
Your right or my right?
You see anything? Not yet.
Follow my lead.
I went for the wrong one, I think.
You won't make it out alive. Clearly those boys ain't as quiet as us.
Guess we should go give him a hand.
Yeah, I suppose.
Go to hell!
I'm gonna watch you rock.
This man better pay well for you to be dying for him. See if I can flank them. Of course, in trying to flank them, I've just got myself out into the open. I think I just shot that man's face off. Oh, no, I didn't. I must have just got the tree. Nope. Good lord, my aim is off. Ah, the hell with it. There. Stay then. Is that everyone?
We all still alive?
Yeah,
Just about.
Yeah, I'll deal with you later. We got some money, didn't we?
Sure, but now we got Cornwall on our backs.
It was an
again.
honest
I'll
mistake.
leave it. Go on, get out of here. Every man split up. Go on, run, quick.
Good luck, gents.
Stay quiet and move.
Get 20 headshots, complete with at least 80% accuracy, save Uncle when he is overpowered. I don't know when that was, but okay. Maybe it was because I went for the wrong guy. There's a witness? Where the hell is the witness? Oh, right there. I don't need any more trouble. I'm not going to bother looting the rest of the bodies then. Let's just try to get back to Rhodes. Okay, that's not the outfit I thought it was. That's the one. Don't have my star anymore, alas.
Hi there, mister.
Hey, fella. Don't mind the bodies. Let's see. Now, what was I doing? Oh, yes, I was going to ride into the saloon and get a bath. There we go, bath. May as well stop by the fence while I'm at it. I've got some illicit goods I want to sell.
Yeah, good girl. Yeah, you're all right, girl. Yep.
I suppose at the very least Uncle decided to come along with us. Granted, everything went to shit because he didn't plan appropriately, but at the same time, it was a pretty good haul. Just means Cornwall's pissed off at us again.
Hey there, partner.
Then again, Cornwall was always going to be pissed off with us, so it doesn't make any difference now, does it? Oh, who's this now?
You can't assign myself.
Hi, who are you?
Uh-oh, mister.
Oh, not you. You. Who are you?
What you want?
You okay?
Do I look okay?
No. You look awful.
Awful. Look at me. Useless. I wasn't born to this. I didn't deserve this. I used to be a gentleman. Jeremiah Compson. Compson Stead.
Good for you, if that's anything to boast about.
They took everything from me.
Who did?
They.
And what did they take?
My whole life. A whole way of living, a career.
I stole a lot of things, but that's quite a lot to steal.
Look at me here, living in the shit and the mud.
I'm sorry.
Charming. Charming.
My old house. The house my grandfather built. It's all dilapidated and destroyed. Repossessed by the bank.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I was supposed to live a different life.
Me too.
If only I could get my old things back. Personal mementos, a watch, old pistol, my ledger.
Where's this house again?
Compson Stead. North of Scarlet Meadows. Bank says I can't go near it. I'm living rough over by Eris Field.
Well, if I'm ever out that way, I'll see what I can do.
Time. Time is hell.
Well, look at you.
I think I was just up that way. I believe the barn has burned down. Just saying, you know. Just saying things might have gotten slightly worse.
Hello.
Bye, handsome.
Partner.
How do you do, sir?
Glad you
Howdy,
joined us
fellas.
again, sir.
Hello. Hello there. Good day so far? Hey there. Hello there.
You there.
What are you in the market for? Cows. Hit me. You'll like this.
I need grub and I need a bath. Pronto. I was wading through the muck, and then I was in a barn that burned down, and I've just been in general quite a bit of a mess. Also, that's why I've run across several people who are named Gray, but they all look different because they're all
I've had better days,
from the Gray
that's for
family.
sure. Barman always has a solution.
This much. Bets are now. Anyway, here we go.
So,
Hello, friend. I don't mean to pry, but, well, you look like something of rough and tumble type. Perhaps somewhat acquainted with the more, colorful elements, if you don't mind me saying. I wonder if perhaps you might have heard anything unsavory about this here establishment of recent. Anything related to violence?
I'm ready and wait.
Was he talking to me? Also, there's a stranger around back of that house. I don't suppose that's the guy I was just talking to. I don't know. Whatever.
hey there, folks.
Ain't you a
Ma'am.
Hey, handsome.
Hi there.
Hi, darling.
Hello, sirs. Hey, folks.
A fine crew up here.
Excuse me, madam. Behind you.
Hello, honey.
Hey, partner.
Hello.
What a place for the bath to be.
Hello, ma'am.
Hey, good looking.
Right next to the blackjack table.
Can I assist you in there, sir?
Yeah, sure, why not? I haven't had help in this place yet.
Why not?
Maybe she's got something new to say about the place. Unlikely, but we'll see.
Good choice. Good choice. Let me know if it's too warm.
She looks an awful lot like Mary Beth, you know? Just a bit.
If it gets cold on you, holler.
So how are things with you?
Oh, I'm doing just fine.
I always love how awkward this is. Like she's reaching right down for the crotch region.
I don't half gossip around here.
Yeah, that's the new normal in these parts.
Although she doesn't really have anything new to say.
I do not like getting older.
Mm-hmm, right.
Uh-huh. Okay, I think that's it. We're good.
All right, that's perfect. Thanks.
Now time to ride on out and get dirty again.
Living legend right here.
Clean as a whistle.
Mister?
All right, bets are now filled up again.
You serious? Don't think this day can get much worse. I am. Hey there, partner. Hello there.
Hey, big boy. I'm feeling especially hot right now.
That voice seemed a lot louder than usual.
Excuse me.
Talking about how hot it was.
You got real talent, friend.
Please put in your bets.
Wait, what's happening? Am I gonna have to get dirty again?
You want to play games, do you?
What are you doing?
Come on then. Let's play.
No! Get off of me!
You get your hands off her. You brought your damn self to ruin.
Hey, stop with the cutting. Ah. I just got a bath! Got blood on my clothes. Prick.
Howdy.
And here I was trying to clean my act up.
You're enough to scare the horses looking like that.
Looking like what? I just intervened. I just saved a lady.
Hi, ma'am.
How do you do?
Hey, you're okay, girl.
Alright, let's go have a chat with the, fence.
Alright, girl.
Ah, yes. Comes instead. Yeah, I'll have to go check that out at some point or another. I don't think I'm gonna bother with it right now. Ah! I didn't think I was riding that fast. The fence isn't here? That's strange.
Come on, girl.
Well, I'll get myself a drink and maybe hang out here for a moment, and perhaps it'll appear. I shall be back in 1 second. While we wait for the lovely Dawn to... dawn.
Spinning, damn it.
And the fence is still MIA, is he? No, that's fine. Let's go have a chat with Margaret's assistant while I'm here, then.
Easy, girl.
Seems how I happen to be in the area and all. Yeah, they say that Margaret had a... well, not Margaret, but Margaret's assistant had a tiger with them?
Easy, whoa.
Ah, there. Over there.
Idiot. Hey, mister.
Oh,
Miss,
howdy, mister.
did you lose a tiger?
Yeah, you found one?
Nah, I found your caravan down the way. Margaret said that you might need a hand.
Oh, you weren't wrong. That tiger's missing. I sent our best lion out to find him, and now he's missing too. It is a right old predicament.
Your lion from Timbuktu, weren't he?
From Valentine, I think. He might be more of a kind of dog than a lion, but in a certain light, a feller could never tell.
Alright then.
Of course. Which way to go?
Into them shrubs over there.
Okay. Why don't you hop up on the wagon and I'll see if I can find his track.
Okay. That first set of shrubs, that's where I lost sight of him.
I got it.
Okay. So, Margaret's whole thing is that people want to pay to see a woman wrangle animals, and yet Margaret's assistant is a woman that he's dressed as a man. Okay, then.
Got the trail. These are paw prints.
Let me bring the wagon along.
Well, I suppose it kind of makes sense to fetch a lion after a tiger if the lion in question happens to be a
This
dog.
There's some pigment here. Looks like but to me. Shit.
Oh, they better not have caused this dog to die, because I mean...
What's this?
There's something else here with it. A lot of blood and claw marks. What's going on? Oh no, is that the dog? Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, darn. I found your dog. Ex-dog, ex-lion.
Hey, boy! Oh, where's the rest of them?
I think a cougar took him.
That'd be Stripey. And I always thought they got along.
Your tiger is a wild cat?
Uh-huh.
What else? You still need it back?
Oh, yes, sir. She's our star attraction.
Well, let's hope it wants the other half of its dinner.
The other half? Really?
I'm gonna put him in your wagon. You find somewhere to hide.
Oh. Well, behind that log, then.
Okay.
You know, for a moment I was thinking that that was just Arthur's arm clipping through his sleeve, but you know what? I think that might actually be a cut in the sleeve from when I got attacked with a knife. Interesting. Nice attention to detail there. Poor dog.
Gloves up. Stay down. She won't be too far away.
I went out to find a tiger,
Cougar, you mean?
and I end up losing a lion.
Yeah, dog.
Ain't having any luck.
Well, if that's what you're dealing with, you didn't have any luck to begin with. Cougars and dogs.
Hey, it ain't what you got in this life. It's what you make of it.
Well, that's very wise of you. Especially when you're lacking zebras and tigers. Hey, keep your head down. It's coming.
Look, I really don't think she'll eat the dog. Like I said, they was friends.
Shut it.
This one big goddamn cougar.
Oh, I guess she's real hungry.
She's feral. I'm locking her in.
Easy. Easy.
All right. Let's go.
We got her! Okay. Drive, will you? And I'll keep an eye on her.
Sure thing. Yep.
Let's get her back to Mr. Margaret. She's still eating. I would have thought, since they was close and all.
Well, wild creatures turn on each other. Seeming friendly one minute, tender the next. Viciousness comes easy. I mean, I should know. I've run with a few of them myself.
Is that right?
No, not really. Hey, I realize I ain't properly introduced myself.
Sally Nash.
Arthur Morgan.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Tell me, Miss Nash, how you end up in this racket?
I guess it's always been my inclination, you know? Wild beasts and the like. I met Mr. Margaret, we got to talking, and you can probably tell, in this field, he's the ace of spades.
He's a card, all right.
It's my modest hope, one day, to be the world's second bravest woman animal wrangler.
I'd say you got that sewn up and then some.
You think? I hope so. Top 5, at least. Depends on how many more fellers throw their hat in the ring.
Maybe one of these days, the best female for the job will actually be female.
Oh, I don't know if that'll ever happen.
It's because I guess Margaret figured he couldn't trust a woman to do the work, but I mean, at the very least, she was out looking for the damn things. That cougar looks pissed, and very colorful. I see, the question I gotta ask is, I can maybe understand the dog, but how the hell did they get a cougar to stand still long enough to do that intricate of a paint job on us? That makes absolutely no sense.
The main road around here. When the dust was up, be careful, you might get wrecked too.
Okay. You know the only thing to do in a dust storm is wait it out?
Mr. Margaret's a lot of things, but best female navigator ain't one of them.
I imagine you're right about that.
We was tearing around here, looking for any kind of landmark when over we go. Whole caravan toppled. Found each other and some shelter, but when the wind died down, the animals was gone.
And now they're back. Some of them, at least.
Thanks to you.
Aw, you would have managed it yourself. I just helped you along.
If you ever want to get in the sideshow business, I'm sure there'd be a place for a fellow like you.
I'll leave the professional theatrics to better women than me.
What are you talking about? I am a sideshow. Have you looked at me?
There it is, the caravan.
Couldn't miss him if you wanted to.
Mr. Margaret! Mr.
Aha! I see you found each other.
Sure did, Mr. Margaret.
Jolly good, jolly good.
You know, tarring and feathering a donkey is one thing.
I beg your pardon? It's grease paint, makeup.
But playing dolls dressed up with a wild animal, you're gonna want to be a lot more careful.
Strappy ate King, Mr. Margaret. I saw her do it.
I always thought they got along.
Oh, she liked him just fine. She licked her chops and asked for seconds. Hey, speaking of which, you got any more word on that runaway lion, or you gonna pay me for these misfits?
Look, I'm well aware that we're not Royal Command performance material. Daddy, you were right, goddamn you! But a cow barn in Rhodes is hardly Drury Bloody Lane.
You got any word on the lion?
Yes, I've got word on the lion. Shit is the word. Someone saw him near Emerald Ranch. As you know, we're lately very short on lions. So, I'd be very grateful. All kinds of grateful.
There's only one kind of grateful I care about.
So long, mister.
Be a dear and fix me a gin.
Well, at least she seems rather sedate now.
What ho? Sorry, old business, dear.
Yeah, it's sorry, all right.
Yeah, that's saying something. Yeah, let's head over to Le Gras, and then I'll go have a chat with, our dear friend Albert. This thing is dead center in... And judging by that picture of a couple of guys panicking and holding barn doors closed, I kind of get the feeling this is a legit goddamn line in this case.
That bloody dust devil.
Dust and gin are a bad combination.
Don't bring old Tom into it. Let a man have some pleasure. It's been a jolly hard day.
Ain't it just...
I'll leave you two to it. Hey, fella.
Mister? Nice to get away from it all, ain't it? Really? Well, don't let me spoil your peace.
He didn't seem too keen on my company, but alright then.
There, girl.
I don't know that I'm actually going to do any legendary fish fishing right now, but at the very least I can go get the lures and stuff to prepare for it. Actually, if I'm swinging down past Le Gras... Oh, it's down that way, the other place I was talking about. I'll check that out afterwards, I guess. No need to worry about it right now.
Slow up now.
I'm kind of curious to see if they managed to get through here unscathed, though. They got a couple alligators here.
Hey, partner. Hello over there. You know a good place? Get some food?
No good place to get some food? Also, mind the alligators. Or you will be the food.
Whoa.
Oh wait, no, that's Le Gras. I don't know what I thought. I know what I was thinking. Oh crap.
There we go.
This is why you don't ride off the beaten path. See where this angler shop is. I think it might be down there. Yeah, it's down there. Howdy.
Welcome to my shop, mister.
What will you buy from me, madam?
Done did.
Cool. And now...
Goodbye.
Get a bit of crayfish, I suppose. Special lake lure, special river lure,
Use it well.
special swamp.
Okay then. Very good.
Okay, that'll do it. Thanks for your assistance. See, I kind of want to explore all these areas in the swamp too whenever I get the chance. Like all the little islands and things. For the moment, though, let's have a ride over and have a chat with Mr. Mason.
Yeah, good girl.
Le Gras is such a tiny, tiny place. If you like the swamp, it seems kind of nice, though, I guess. You know, if you want to be living in fear of an alligator coming up on your front porch every day.
That's a good girl. Hey, you're okay, girl.
Speaking of alligators, what do you think the odds are Mr. Mason is taking pictures of them? That's why he's up this way.
Yeah, you're all right, girl. Good girl.
And how am I going to have to save him from his own foolishness this time, I wonder? Nice enough fella, but seriously. Dude's gotta watch himself.
Hey there, mister.
Nope, that's an alligator. That was an alligator. Where did it go? The mysterious vanishing alligator. Interesting. Also, this horse has got to be getting extremely dirty over here. A nice white coat.
Okay.
They creep up on you, you know.
Huh? Mr. Morgan.
How are you?
Well, sir,
What are you working on?
do you know anything about alligators?
Only the basics. Avoid them wherever possible.
Well, did you know that in the last 50 years, we've killed 90%?
You say that like it makes you sad.
They're beautiful creatures.
Let's see how you speak when one of them's got you in a death row.
Yes, I will make some creature a very happy lunch one of these days.
Let's try and avoid that from happening today, huh? Well, you stay there, you'll get a great shot, then you'll get eaten.
What a way to go.
Why don't we take this boat out, and I'll protect you. Come on, get in the boat, he'll be fine.
Well, if you really think that's necessary.
If you carry on shooting from that bank, you're gonna wish them wolves had eaten you.
Really?
Yes. The 10% who survived, they're the nasty ones.
All right, then. Oh, I saw movement to the north of us. Oh, and to the west. Oh, and to the northwest, there. That's probably where we should look.
Let's go look then.
When we find one, line me up so I can get the shot.
I'll try.
I don't know how well this is going to work.
We'll scare them away.
Close, but not too close. Got it.
I honestly think that he's going to be dreadfully out of focus because of even the natural movement of the water.
Last year, they brought 10,000 skins up. Oh, look. On that little beach. Boars. If we're in luck, an alligator won't be far away.
Saving alligators, but you don't mind that pork chop getting butchered.
Pork chop isn't in danger of extinction.
And people need to eat more pork. There we go.
It's got it. Quick, quick. I must get this shot. Closer now. Closer. We caught him. In the middle of his dinner. This is history making, truly.
Okay.
Nature, in all its glory and cruelty.
Could have been you if you stayed on that bank where I found you.
Don't. Okay. So, now it's southwest or due west. You know, in the season, there are more alligator hunters down here than alligators.
Maybe you can take a photograph of one of them then.
Very droll. There was even a tour company that let excursionists shoot from the deck of a paddle steamer, chugged up the waterways and turned whole bayous into mud. Right. There, in the canebrake. That's a likely spot for one. Take us around the island until we see something.
There's one right there.
There, in the channel. You see its head? Poking up there. Line us up to it. A little closer, please. Excellent. Beast in repose. All as calm as the predator lurks. The final sighting was to the northwest of here. 17 feet, 19 feet, 21 feet with a 5-foot head.
What?
They found some big bulls in these parts. Surely they did.
There's 20-foot gators here, and us two idiots are sitting in a 12-foot skiff?
No. This is in the 70s, 80s. All the really big gators have been hunted out and killed. More the shame, I say. It's terrible.
Ain't shame to this rolling fool who values his arms being attached to his body. It's them or us. Especially with the big one.
Oh, I can guarantee you there's at least one really big one here, because I know there's a legendary gator around here somewhere. Now I'm gonna have to try to kill it.
Yes, there. Oh, no, he's gone. Can you stop the boat just there, off the island?
Sure. If we stop too long, locals are gonna start getting curious.
Just there, please. So I'm facing the landmass. Right. Now look, there's an alligator back in those palms. Could you run in there and coax him out?
Coax him?
Please. He's quite something. If I could take that fellow's likeness, it might just save him from the taxidermist.
want this monster stuffed and on display? If I'm eating, I hope he eats you too. Oh, he's awake! No, 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 no.
Quick! Jump in the boat! In! Got him! What a specimen!
Try it. Okay.
I don't know what I'd do without you, sir. I really don't.
Be food. That's what you'd be.
Ourselves on a job well done, Mr. Morgan. Take us back where we began.
Anyway, I hope you got something worth printing.
And hope to God my horse is still alive.
The nation will see these beautiful beasts for what they are.
Killing machines?
No. Well, yes. Maybe that's not a bad thing. This is America, after all. We hold a love for killers that borders on macabre. Loving killers is part of our makeup.
Maybe. But usually we wait until after they're dead.
Well, I hope we've changed.
Me too.
Because that killer is me! I am the killer who will not be killed. Yet. Maybe eventually, but not right now. It's real hard to navigate around this place, man. Never know when you'll hit a sandbar and be grounded.
Ah, yes. Docker here. Just pull up to the bank.
If I wasn't expecting to use the boat, why do they have it?
These pictures you're taking,
Yes.
they gonna be any good?
I certainly hope so. Though I doubt it. The subject is magnificent, the backdrop jaw-dropping, but the agent of beauty is a talentless fool. Although maybe I'll strike a few lucky shots.
You sure do make me laugh that way you talk about yourself, Mr. Mason.
Well, I'm good for laughing at, if nothing else.
I didn't mean it like that.
I know. Still, I feel such a fool round you, sir.
Don't worry about it.
I foresaw many an ignominious future for myself, but never damsel in distress.
Well, good luck, Mr. Mason.
Thank you, and to you too, sir.
Try and stay out of trouble.
I shall certainly try.
Where is he going? Godspeed, you crazy bastard. Godspeed.
Right, girl.
Let's check my journal. I haven't looked at that in a while. Ah, yes, this is the legendary bison I killed, poor bastard. Had a fellow called Miss Margaret, an animal trainer and showman, or show woman, mistress of danger. Quite a character. Wants me to find some missing animals. Give me a beautiful print of one of the wolves and nearly ate him. Ah, yeah, I found some lady slipper orchids, too. They apparently are quite pricey. As I find, someone to buy them. Anyway, I better get out of here before I get eaten.
Yep. Hey there!
Fine horse.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, I think that might be Black Bill's place. Yeah, that's what that is. Da-da-da-da. Where do I want to go right now? I don't know if I've been down to that area yet. Let's go down to that area. Looks like there's a couple little houses around here. Maybe there's something interesting for me to poke around at. I don't have too much more time to stream, but we can do a little bit of exploring, maybe a little bit of looting. See what we can find. Try not to run afoul of any gators.
You done good, girl.
If I can be so lucky. Should give my horse a good brush when I get to where I'm going, too. She's starting to get pretty dirty. She's a dirty girl. Ew, gross.
Hi there, mister.
You just call me a son of a bitch. But why, though?
There we go. Yeah.
That almost looks like a place I can get into. I don't know. LeGras looks like a tiny place that probably doesn't have much in the way of valuables, so I don't know if I want to rob it. Especially since it's such a small place. I don't know. I kind of feel like it'd be hard to rob anything without getting caught. Here's a place. What is this place? There's folks who live here.
There we go.
Maybe I can stealthily sneak in while they're busy in the field. Mm-hmm. I'll take that. Ah, that's something, my dear friend Hosea will like. So let's have a smoke in this person's house because they won't suspect a thing. It's actually a real nice house for something that's in the middle of a swamp. Let's just hope they don't come in early. Here I thought I'd be able to search the fireplace, I guess not. It's not really a house, though, is it? Because it doesn't look like there's any beds. Because I think that door also leads outside. Yeah, it does, too. Actually, not really. Let's head back in, see if I can actually get in through that door. I think I might have a lock breaker. I can try using that. No, I don't want to pick up the gun. I was pretty sure I had a lock breaker anyway. I guess maybe I don't. Whatever. Never did find much use for the damn thing anyway. Ah, the Hagen Orchards. That's what this place is. I wonder if they're friendly. Let's see if we can find someone and check. Or better yet, let's see if we can keep looting the place without them knowing I'm here. Yeah, whatever. I think I'm good. It's like an interesting building over there, though, whatever that is. Oh, 1 second now, folks. I need to take a call. Give me a moment. Okay, sorry about that, folks. That took a bit longer than expected, and as it is, I'm going to have to leave pretty soon anyway. But before that, let's explore that one area. And see if I can get back to camp and give Hosea his fancy thingamajig. And by fancy thingamajig, I mean crime novel. Yes, we'll do that. Although maybe at the very least I'll check. Well, it all depends on exactly how extensive checking this place out is going to take.
Easy there.
Not much, because it seems like the place is all locked up. I would have thought something be here. Again, I've come across houses like that before. All boarded up and pretty much no purpose to them. There's a body down there. I'm gonna want to check that out then. It's amazing the things you stumble upon.
Okay, girl.
This is a very pretty area.
Whoa!
Oh no, I've run across something like this before. We gonna get into a knife fight?
You fools are...
Ah! That guy didn't even have a knife. I kind of feel bad for cutting him now. Though not really. You look a bit like Uncle. And now you're dead. I didn't really mean to do that. But no, I came across a situation quite like this earlier. It was off camera. But I came across a body, and they had a note about how they were being hunted by some crowd called the Night Folk. It was self-defense. You should have seen what they done to this poor sap. He's probably got a similar note about them. Dear Parker, If you believe these night folk are a thing of fantasy, then you will have no qualms about spending an entire evening from sundown to sunrise out in the bayou. If you can, then your fraternity brothers pledge. If you can, then your fraternity brothers pledge to give you $50 for your $50 apparently, the way they've got it written, for your efforts, which we hope will be returned to us in steak and wine at one of the finest eating houses in Saint Denis. You are braver than me. Tales of their silent, creeping, ghoulish murderousness make my blood run cold. My spine is trembling at the mere image of it. Good luck, and I look forward to hearing you tell the tale. If you make it back, that is. May fortune favor you. Chuck. Seeing that whistling noise in the distance, is it a bird or is it the night folk? Who can tell? Who can tell? Anyway, there's a little house around the side there. I'll have to go check that out. Have I seen that bird before? I'm not sure. I think I have. Oh, that's a gator.
Yeah.
Calm down, horse. You just... Yeah, do that. You dance across the thing. Yeah, so if I ride along the rails, I should be able to get down in that house. Oh, there's gators here. There's a gator right there. Oh, crap.
Hey.
Ah, Sandhill Crane. Oh, well, what's going on in this place? What a somewhat fancy-looking place for out in the middle of the swamp. Appears an artist of some kind must live out here. Doesn't really look like they got much of worth here either. That almost looks like a note, but not one I can read, it seems. Same there. Is there anything underneath the house, I wonder? This looks like a... No, it is a cage. There's a gator in it. One that's been long killed, too, at that. Huh. Weird. I'm very curious. Oh, Lenny has something he wants to do. Well, that's enough scoping out this place for one day. Let's see if we can get back to camp. Might be easier said than done. This doesn't look like a conducive place to horse riding. Ah, little egret. Oh, I rode out into the swamp. Wait, what?
Easy now.
Well... See if I can get across and loot those bodies. By the time I rode across, both those men would have been dead.
Easy, whoa.
Des Moines Raiders back to their old tricks.
Yep.
Arthur Morgan back to his old tricks.
Come on, girl. Yeah. Yeah, you're all right, girl.
It's only a little bit of blunt force trauma, girl. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Easy.
Didn't I shoot two of you, fellas? Oh, I hear a gator. That explains what happened to the other one. Well, it's only fair. Gators gotta eat. Gator has got to eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have this horse killed eventually. I went through so much trouble to get it in the first place. Holy crap.
There, girl. Hey, you're okay, girl.
I think I've already been there. Oh, well, hell, this is, Rhodes.
Hey, partner.
This is closer to Rhodes than I thought. Let's stop into the fence then while I'm here.
Hey, you got anything for me?
Why, yes, sir, I do. Oh, I didn't mean to sell that because that was a gift. Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
Welcome back, friend. Got anything good for me by any chance? As long as you have the items I need.
Yeah, I still need to find things so he can craft things for me.
Let's go, girl. Hey there!
Let's ride back into camp and give Hosea his crime rag.
There we go.
And then that'll be it. Then I'll call it quits for the night. A lot of streaming was done today. Some progress was made.
There's a girl.
Someday I'll finish this game, I'm sure. And it only took me nearly 2 years to finish Breath of the Wild. Can't take any longer than that for me to finish this, right?
Alright, girl.
Although I'm enjoying myself a bit too much to worry about finishing this anytime soon. Although a lot of the resource gathering I think I might just save for off-stream, as I have been. Poor horse is in pretty rough order. I'm gonna have to take better care of her, not ram her into stumps.
Hey, get up.
What's wrong, Arthur?
Sorry. It was too tempting.
Save it for the morning.
Okay, well I guess I can't give him his stuff yet. I can eat though. There's stew. I'll have me some stew.
Put fellas in leg irons. Dance with me. We killed each other. Invaded Cuba. And now we're about to invade the Philippines. And this is the land of freedom? It's ridiculous. This isn't a land for men. It's a land for money.
Hey, Arthur.
Interesting. Hi, John.
There he is.
Oh, there we go. Now Jose is good.
You like this offer, don't you? I found this.
Yes, indeed. And I haven't read this one. Thank you, Arthur.
Diffuse? Diffuse what?
All right.
You want to join us, Arthur?
What are you up to? Thinking of heading out a bit.
Okay, then. Anyway, that's cool. Oh, hey. There's dancing going on.
Dance with me, Arthur. Just for a minute.
Okay. Arthur's always up for a good dance, I guess.
This is nice. Just like being a normal girl.
Oh, being normal's good, is it?
No. But aspects of it is. That's the problem.
Not much of a song to dance to, but okay then. Also, I see he's dancing with Grimshaw. I figured it would have been either Mary Beth or Molly. Also, why do I get the feeling that whatever Molly was going to try to tell me, that's going to come back and bite us all in the ass eventually? Something else we can lay at Uncle's feet. The jerk. Also, don't mind the blood on my shirt. It's not mine. Well, most of it isn't anyway. Smooth, Arthur. Smooth. So is this going to end eventually, or do I have to stop it myself? And then we dip. And then do we dip again? And then we dip again. There's Bill judging us.
Well, thank you, Mr. Vanderlyn.
My pleasure, Miss Grimshaw. Still got it.
Thanks for the dance.
Hey,
Hey
you
there.
can have a dance anytime, Arthur Morgan.
You heard about the coach job?
Yeah, another run-in with the Cornwall Army.
Yeah, it got heavy, but well, we came out of it with some money.
Now I'm gonna sit down here for a bit.
Anyway, I won't disturb you.
Whatever you say.
I won't disturb you. I'm just going to sit here and horn in on your privacy. Anyway, now that we've had a little dance, I think this might be it for tonight. We have visited so much violence upon our fellow man, and we fed the gators. So, that will be it for now. If you happen to stop by for this, or Smash, or Hybrid Heaven, or any of it really, I thank you very much for doing so, as I always and ever shall do. So, hopefully you'll join me next time, which point I might dive back into Apotheon, seeing as how it's been a while since I played that. Until then, however, as always, I will wish you a farewell and a goodbye.